just pouring out of this stadium as quickly as they deem it to be acceptable to get out of here.
A few days later, I went to check if there was any update on the detained boys. There was good news. They'd been released without charge. Salam alaikum. Hello. One of them was willing to risk talking to me. Nasir told me how he'd been treated. He said when they were taken into custody, they were beaten up for the first day. They were beaten up the whole day, and they were shocked. They were given electric shock treatment. This happened to all of them, but especially one of his cousins got very badly beaten on the back. The boys thought they would die. He said he was told by the people who were holding him in custody, the border security force, that they weren't telling their parents that they had them there, and they warned them to put pressure on them to make them talk. If you don't talk, we'll kill you in a staged encounter. Torture by Indian security forces is routine in Kashmir, to gain information and to intimidate the population. Javed is another young man held in the crackdown, accused of hiding a pistol for militants. He said all his clothes were removed and he was tied to a table. Then the army got a telephone wire and attached one end to his toe and one end to his penis, and they started to give him electric shocks, and what happened then was terrible. The more he denied having a pistol, the harder he was tortured. He said the mark on his neck was caused by the rope. He was tied here, and every time he got an electric shock, he strained to free himself, and it rubbed this mark there. And the same with the marks on his hands, that they're also from where he was tied. The Indian security forces make little effort to win hearts and minds. Instead, they prefer to rule through fear. You don't need to take the word of ordinary Kashmiris about human rights abuses. When I met the top civil servant in the Indian administration here, I expected him to deny it happened. Lovely to meet you. Far from it. Are you aware of human rights abuses in the state, in Kashmir?
Yes, I am aware of the human rights abuses in Kashmir. In fact, we take serious notice of it. I, as the head of the civil administration, I feel it's largely my responsibility and the responsibility of the deputy commissioners and of course the civil government and the political government to immediately pinpoint these mistakes to the forces, and to be able to convey to them that these are not good, that these things have to be avoided. We cannot take action against them.
So then that means that it's really the armed forces, the police and the army, who are running the state, who are in charge, not the civilian administration?
No, not the civilian administration. So there is a problem in this. I agree with you.
While Kashmir's people may despair at the tactics of the militants and their Pakistani backers, the security forces' brutality creates hatred for India. At the police morgue, the body of the militant commander killed earlier was turned over to his brother-in-law. Neither he or anyone in his village had seen the militant for 7 years since he fled to Pakistan. Do you think independence was worth his life?
अपनी जान के लिए अपना समझा क्या कुछ मुझे मालूम नहीं है. उसने अपनी जान को तरजीह दी, मुझे ये मालूम नहीं है क्यों तरजीह दी.
He said, I don't know why he did it, why he gave his life for this, but it was his decision. Only when night fell was the body of Ghulam Rasul Dar, martyr to some, murderer to others, finally released. We're on our way to the militant's village. His body has been taken to a police station along the way. It's got to be signed off by the police here, the local police, and then the relatives can take it further, take it home and bury it. We arrived at Dar's home village. His sisters were waiting. Everyone clambered to touch the martyr's face. These people are wearied by 15 years of war, but this commander had died for them. In the morning, the entire village turned out, a testament to hatred of India. They were addressed by Saeed Ali Gilani, a hardline politician, one of the few the militants will listen to. He refuses to compromise. Why did you reject the opportunity to take part in these peace talks in Delhi?
The people of the Jammu and Kashmir should be given the chance so that they will decide their future. We have, our youth have taken the gun for a just and noble cause. We are not warmongers. We have a great respect for humanity. But when a nation will be suppressed on the basis of might, on the basis of power, so what can they do?
Freedom! We want freedom!
Peace is in the headlines, but here Azadi, freedom, was the word in everyone's mouth. India and Pakistan, two nuclear powers, have long fought over Kashmir, both more consumed by domestic politics than any care for the Kashmiri people. India and Pakistan could end this, but they choose not to. Both have blood on their hands.